You're right, I'm Matthew and welcome to Guided to Glory. In this series we are going to be taking clubs in Football Manager 21 and seeing how quick we can achieve total dominance of world football. So, the first club we are starting off at is Liverpool, who are arguably the best team in the world at the moment in time. So hopefully it should be a team we can do this pretty quickly with. And now I am going to jump straight into the game. So here we go, starting with Liverpool. And hopefully you will enjoy this series. And if you like the concept of this series, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video and want to see more. And hopefully we can get through this first one quite quickly. The idea is to try and get through as many as possible throughout the game cycle. So we've got about 10.5 months until the next game cycle, so hopefully we can get through as many as possible between now and then. And Liverpool is the first one, as they currently are probably the best team in the world, and therefore should be the easiest to complete this challenge of. This is my manager here that you can see. I haven't been able to get the face installed yet because I do not have a webcam yet. Also, we've got a couple of game fixes in this. First of all, you've got the badges, which I got off of FM Scout, and also the name fix off of FM Scout, and I also deleted a couple of files that you need to do to get the German national team and the Japanese national team, I think. And yeah, at this stage, the coaching badges and past playing experiences, I am always going to use the suggested one, so in this case Continental Pro and Global Level International, and I am going to use knowledgeable as I think this gives us the best basis here. With the player knowledge and the youngster knowledge at 20, and also the tactical at 20, they are kind of the levels we are going to be needing the most, as this is going to be more competitive game heavy and transfer heavy. And I'm going to be leaving some more training. The general training I'm going to leave up to the staff, and I'm also going to leave friendlies up to the staff actually. And all staff contracts I am going to leave to the board or the chairman or the director of football, whoever it goes to. And yeah, we want to start playing. And you can see Liverpool boardroom, and they have hired us on a 3-year deal, 140 grand per week. It's a very nice wage. It's going to be difficult to live up to Jurgen Klopp's standards after the win of the Premier League in this previous season and the Champions League the season before. But we have an incredible set of players. We may need a little bit more depth in certain positions, but it's going to be a challenge nevertheless to try and win all the major competitions that this game has to offer. And here you've got a little bit of an overview of the club. Superb reputation here. Media predictions only second, which is strange, being the previous champions and winning the Champions League recently, with the quality of the players they've got in this team as well. It's a bit strange for the media prediction to be behind Manchester City, but nevertheless, we'll be looking to try and win the Premier League. We got a director of football, Michael Edwards, the assistant manager. Pepin Linders as well, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not 100% sure. And obviously the facilities, Anfield, brilliant stadium, a stadium I've been to myself, very enjoyable day out. And the Melwood training facilities, however, moving into the AXA training centre in November, but excellent training facilities, excellent youth facilities. Youth recruitment could be a little bit better, but yeah. We're going to be in a wide range of competitions this season: Premier League, FA Cup, EFL Cup, the standard English competitions, along with the Champions League. So it should be interesting. And here you can see the initial best 11, supposedly. It's going to be in a 4-3-3, and I believe that is going to be the formation we're setting up in. at least to begin with in this season. We've got some very, very good experienced players in here, the likes of Jordan Henderson, the likes of Mane, Salah, Firmino up top, Virgil van Dijk, one of the best defenders in the world, and the new guy, Thiago, is in this team. And there's also a couple of younger players in this team as well who could be interesting because they're already very good players and probably have potential to grow, the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Joe Gomez as well. And here is our club vision. So first of all, they want us to play attacking and entertaining football, which with a team like Liverpool should be pretty easy. That is the system you would expect to be playing with a team with this quality. They also want us to develop players using the youth system, which shouldn't be too difficult, because there are players in the club, the likes of Curtis Jones, the likes of Nico Williams and Harvey Elliott. They're the ones that spring to mind. And also they want us to sign under 23 players for the first team, which if we're a team like Liverpool, you want to be bringing in the younger players for the first team. You've got a couple of aging players, let's say, the likes of Henderson and Salah and Mane. Salah and Mane about 28, 29, so if we can't finish this in a few years' time, they could start decreasing in attributes. And then the ongoing 5-year plan, expand the stadium, even though Anfield's already a pretty big stadium itself, and increase the commercial revenue, which hopefully we can do via signing good players to increase shirt sales, and also winning things will help with that. Maintain the club status as the most reputable. Also, that one, winning things, is the most important thing to do that, and work within the wage budget. I'm pretty sure that's going to be an ongoing part of the 5-year plan for any club, you would imagine. But at the end of this season, so these are the competitions we are in this season. They want us to win the Premier League, and personally I believe that should be the main goal for this season. They want us to reach the final of the FA Cup. Ideally we can win it, but the EFL Cup's not important. But for me, I want to win both of them for this series, and it can be very, very difficult in the Cups because they're one-off games. You could draw a team away at a very difficult stadium to go to, maybe a Man City, a Man United. Them sort of teams, they're going to be not easy if you draw them in earlier rounds. And the Champions League, they want us to reach the semi-final, which I think it should be doable, being that this is potentially the best team in the world at this moment in time. But there are a lot of teams around Europe, the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, all going to be very, very tough competitors. Hopefully we can get an easy run through that sort of competition to reach the semi-final. And if we get there, who knows, we could win that in the first season as well. And then finally we've got the Community Shield, which, you know, as much as no one ever seems to target the Community Shield, that is going to be another one ticked off the list of what we are trying to win here. So yeah, we ideally want to get that over and done within the first... Is it the first game of the season still? I don't know if it is because of how this season's been changed due to the whole pandemic thing, but it's usually the first game of the season. We're going to try and get that over and done with and won as soon as possible. So yep, these are all things that I'm going to do, and I will join you back any minute, and we'll talk some tactics, and we'll talk through the squad probably. So here we are, back to look at the tactics, and this is what I have come up with. So obviously, being part of the club vision, we are going to be trying to play some attacking football here. I have set out what is probably the best team that the club has to offer, and I have set the roles suitable to these players. So we're going to go with the sweeper keeper, a couple of ball playing defenders, because to be fair, the defenders at this club can all play in that sort of role. A complete wing back on the right hand side to get the best out of Trent Alexander-Arnold, full back on attack for Robertson on the left hand side, got a deep line playmaker as Fabinho, and the centre midfield position we've gone for a box to box, and we've gone for an advanced playmaker. I know it's a bit strange sometimes playing two playmakers, but the deep player and the advanced playmaker do slightly different jobs, so it should be able to work, especially the fact that Fabinho's playing will be a defensive midfield position rather than a central midfield position. We've got inside forwards on attack either side, and deep line forward up front, so in the general system, Firmino play more of a supporting role, and Mane and Salah will be cutting inside trying to score the goals. And we can have a quick look at the different tactics we've put onto this. We're going to play quite wide, that'll be mainly for the wing backs who are going to be overlapping. We'll also be passing into space, a bit more direct in the way we play, a higher tempo as well. I've not put that any lower because we need to be playing quick football. We want to work the ball into the box though, because we can really have an attacking threat in that front three in the box. Hopefully they'll score a large number of goals between them. We're going to put set pieces on. We've got a couple of good set piece takers at this club, and we want to run at the defence and be a bit more expressive. And then in the transition I've gone for a counter press. We don't need a counter attack because I think we should be trying to play on the front foot anyway, so there'll be no need to counter because we're playing attacking football. But the counter press to try and win the ball back very quickly. We're going to try and play it out from defence though, and use the defence and maybe the defensive midfield as people to play the ball over the top to some of the more attacking players. And then a couple of changed instructions out of possession. We're going to have a higher attacking line, because them front three ideally should be getting past to sometimes over the top of the opposition defence, especially down the wings. Standard defensive width, I thought I could put it on wide, but then every now and then we might find the two wing backs out of position in that case. We're not going to use the offside trap either, because I think our defence is stable enough that we won't have to rely on that. And a bit more urgency in pressing to try and win the ball back quickly once again. And I've also had a quick look at the squad, and I've highlighted a few areas that we should need to pick out. First one, they're all defensive areas in fact. The first one will be the centre backs. As you can see here, there's 4 players who can play centre back, but Fabinho will be acting more as a defensive midfielder in this. So we've only got 3 centre backs, so we need a bit more depth in this area. Although these 3 centre backs are decent quality centre backs, Van Dijk is world class. We do need another centre back in this position, and it's very similar on the right hand side. Once again, Fabinho can play there, but we'll be playing more as the defensive midfielder. Joe Gomez I'm going to be utilising as a centre back mainly, so we're going to need some cover on that right hand side, as Trent Alexander-Arnold will not be able to play every single match in this. So yeah, we're gonna need someone else to come in on the right hand side. And after we've done them, the third priority on this list, ideally I want a backup goalkeeper to Adrian. And I mean, stats wise, he's not a bad keeper, but I really don't like this 2-star emergency backup. Maybe past his best is 33. So ideally, maybe get some money for him, so he can go and be a first choice at some smaller club somewhere, I'd imagine. And ideally we can bring in another backup, so who's a bit better than him. But apart from that, I think that should cover all bases. Also, in terms of the dynamics of this team, we've got 3 team leaders: Henderson, Milner and Salah. As you can see, I am keeping the captaincy with Jordan Henderson. He is probably the best captain within the Premier League. And James Milner is going to be the vice captain. I like to keep my captains within the team leaders section of the hierarchy. I just find out that seems to work better. But obviously Milner's getting on a bit now. He's 34 already, so you know he could retire sometime soon, or we might look to sell him on if he decreases too much. But obviously, hopefully someone will step up in his place by that point. But yeah, that's all we really need to do in terms of tactics. I've set up all the staff instructions now. I'm gonna go through individual training off camera as well. But now I think we should be starting to look at some transfers, and I will update you once that is coming to fruition. So now I am back on the day of the Community Shield, and I just want to give a little overview of the transfer business we have done so far. And you know what? It's been a significant portion of loans. As you can see here, I have sent a lot of players out. Some players that they have a chance of getting to the first team eventually, but for now are some way off. The likes of Jesse Larouci or Leighton Clarkson. They're both gone to Stevenage in League 2. And some more known players. Significantly, Curtis Jones, who I have sent to Bristol City. We've got Nico Williams, who surprisingly could only get a deal to Shrewsbury, but I've sent him there regardless. And Kelleher, the goalkeeper, who's gone to Northampton. And there's been one sale that's gone through so far. Nathan Phillips, obviously he's a player that's had to come into the first team in real life because of a hell of a lot of injuries to Liverpool's starting defenders. But yeah, he's just not brilliant on this game. As you can see from his scout summary now, we've got rid of him. But I've sent him to QPR. He's gone for 325,000. I mean, it's a very, very small amount added to the budget, but helpful nonetheless. And if I show here, there are a transfer that I am currently in the works of doing is bringing in Max Aarons from Norwich. He's going to be hopefully becoming our backup right back, our rotation option at right back. And also on the outside of things, we had a little problem here. So Gino Wijnaldum, he refused to sign a new contract because he had interest in him at the time. So and he was in the last year. So I've decided, you know what? I'm just gonna sell him, and he has agreed a deal to join Napoli. Going to be £26 million. He will be going in a few days' time, so I still have him available for this match if I would like to use him. However, he will be leaving in just a couple of days, and hopefully that'll give us a little bit more budget, because as you can see, I mean, this is the budget currently, and most of Max Aarons is on the Never Never, so only 15 million should come out of this transfer budget. For now, he's agreed a 50k per week wage, but there's some clauses that'll go up to 70 and then 90 after he's played a certain amount of games. But yeah, I think he'll be a good option. Only 20 years old, will be able to grow in the future. I'm now looking for a centre-back to bring him after he is confirmed to be coming in, and I think I've got my eye on a certain player, but you will see that if that comes up. But for now, I think we should be starting to get into the Community Shield game against Arsenal. So, oh, I'm getting one of them screens that I thought I'd turned off. But anyway, let's move on into the match here. So, this is the team we are going to go for today. We're going to start with Alisson in goal. We've got the two centre-backs, Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip. Joe Gomez will be playing at right back because unfortunately Trent Alexander-Arnold has picked up an injury, as has Naby Keita, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain injured, and Shaqiri Start the save injured, as they were at this time in real life. So Gomez starts at right back. We've got Andy Robertson playing left back. Fabinho playing defensive midfield. We've got the box to box will be Jordan Henderson today, and Thiago will be playing in the more attacking role, the advanced playmaker. We're going to have Salah, Mane, and Firmino. Our standard front three are going to be our main attacking threats, and you can see the substitutes bench there. So here we go, first match of the save. Oh, and apparently Gini Wijnaldum has not been given a squad number as he's leaving. Thiago will be making his debut in this match, which is great. It's great. He's a very, very useful player to have in this team. So this is the lineup that Arsenal have gone with, and lucky for us, there is a slight oddity in this team. Runner Alex Runnison starting in goal for Arsenal. So Bernd Leno being left out. Obviously, they want to get the backup goalkeeper having a game every now and then, and because this is, in some teams' cases, just another pre-season friendly, it's not too surprising that that's what they've gone with here. Looks like they're going for a five at the back formation here, a bit like they've been playing in real life, I'd imagine. Just quickly get the assistant to do the opposition instructions, but we're into the dressing room here, and I always tend to go with the assistant recommendations on this because it leaves me to not think too much about it. So here we go, match preview. Arsenal setting up in their back five. Would be very interesting. Bukayo Saka at left wing back. I think he could be a little underutilised in that position, in fact. And there you can see our wonderful team for today. That hopefully can get us our first trophy of this save. And here we go. So, first title. Oh, okay. I'm sure I turned these off. I'm sure I turned these. Typical, innit? Just trying to record a video, but Thiago whips in a corner, and Gabriel has fouled Roberto Firmino, and we have a penalty only a few minutes into our first match. And Mo Salah will be the man to take this penalty, and he has scored it past Runnison, and we are 1-0 up after only 2.5 minutes. That's very good. Salah's first goal of the season. Hopefully a lot more to come, because he's going to be integral to our chances. And we've got a free kick now. Henderson, and it's gone out for a goal kick for Arsenal. But it's a good start to the game, it appears. Thiago with a free kick now. Into the box. Oh, it's come off the post from Van Dijk's header. Salah's picked it back up into the middle. Aubameyang clears. So, it's a great start from us. We're dominating in terms of the stats. Arsenal are still yet to have a shot in this game, and we appear to have had a couple of free kicks in good positions. Oh, but that's not great. Mane's had a bit of a knock. We'll hope that he can run through it, get back some of his fitness as the game goes on. But approaching half time now, and we are well up in the stats, and we are 1-0 up in reality. So, very, very good so far. I'm happy with the performance. We just need to make sure we can hold on. And going into the second half now, and Bukayo Saka with a throw-in to Aubameyang. Fabinho makes the tackle. Henderson will pick it up now. Henderson running forward, and he slips it to Firmino, and now Henderson gets it back. Firmino hits a long ball there, and Mane got on the end of it. However, he only managed to hit the post, and it was cleared by the Arsenal defence. And yeah, here we go, another highlight. Alisson now. Kick out. Fabinho picks it up, but Ceballos has made an interception, and Lacazette's shot is saved by Alisson, going out for an Arsenal corner here. Saka on the corner. whips it in. Gabriel with the header, but it's over the bar and nothing for Alisson to worry about. And we've got another highlight. Mane's running up the left hand side here, into Firmino in the middle, back to Thiago, and Willian's just given away a free kick, and he's been sent off for his efforts. Thiago now, free kick in, but Runnison will take the ball very neatly. But yeah, Willian, 2 yellow cards in a game. Bit of a silly one from him, right on the edge of the box. Could have given away a penalty if he was a bit more unlucky in that situation. But I think first change I'm going to do, Kostas Tsimikas. A player I still don't know too much about. I think I've only seen him play in 1 game so far this season, so yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have a judgment on him yet, because I did not know anything about him beforehand. But Runnison to David Luiz, Ceballos, back to Kieran Tierney. It's hit forward, but Tsimikas will pick it up easily. Thiago now to Fabinho, and Jordan Henderson running forward. Saka makes the tackle. Aubameyang to Kieran Tierney. El Nene. It's got forward, but Thiago's got it back now. Salah, and it's cleared away again, but only as far as Thiago. And Thiago out to Kostas Tsimikas on the left. Back into Thiago. Long shot from Thiago, but it goes wide, unfortunately for us. And we now have a goal difference. Not a goal difference, an expected goals of over 2. So ideally, we should be 2-0 up by now. But unfortunately for us, that has not happened. I am going to bring Sadio Mane off and get Diogo Jota on. Another attacking threat. Save Mane's legs a little bit. Actually, yeah, I'm going to also bring Jordan Henderson off here. You know what? Wijnaldum's leaving. I'm bringing on Milner. Milner, our vice-captain. Hopefully he's going to be very influential when he is brought into the team, running around a lot as he does, as he has done for his entire career. But Gomez now playing right back today. Into Thiago. Thiago running forward through the middle, and he's still going, but to Jota on the left now. Can Jota hit it across into the middle? Oh, James Milner, first time strike. Very, very powerful. Unfortunately not on target. And it looks like that could be it. And yeah, brilliant. First trophy down. Very, very good performance. We definitely outclassed Arsenal in this game, as you'd expect. Anyone can outclass Arsenal in any game. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see our team getting hold of our first trophy in regards to what we're trying to do in this project. And yeah, we've won. We've won the Community Shield. Very, very, very nice. And as you can see, where does all this confetti come from if your stadium doesn't have a roof, is my question. But yeah, it appears to be Alisson walking around with the trophy. I don't think he was the captain, but sure, why not? He didn't let any goals in. However, it's a bit disappointing that we only got the 1 goal out of an XG of 2.6. But yeah, it's a good start, and we should absolutely congratulate them for their performances and the fact that we have won. So, I am now going to try and get on with some more transfer dealings, and I'll be back with an update later. And so I am finally back for the last update of this first episode of Liverpool's Guided to Glory. And it's a very small update before the end of this video. First of all, Gini Wijnaldum officially gone to Napoli for 26 million. Obviously, disappointment that he didn't want to sign a new contract, but nevertheless he has gone, and he will not be able to be used for this season. And we have brought in one player for definitely overvalue, but Max Aarons is a player that we needed. We needed a right back. And we're looking to bring in a centre back too, but as our rotation option, he's got a bit of potential ability about him. He's not got too bad stats so far, and as a squad player, you know, he should get a decent amount of game time across the season. But yeah, I'm having to do a couple of things in terms of In terms of trying to get in a new centre back, basically I do not quite have the funds to get this player I want in yet, so I'm having to try and sell Takumi Minamino, because he's about the only expendable player in the squad at this moment in time. Currently transfer listed for 16 million. He's got a lot of interest in him. Look at that, lots of clubs interested in him, but no one's biting at this high yet. I think the highest offer I've had in so far is 14.5 million, and I might have to settle on that if this goes on for a little bit longer. However, that will be the end of this episode, and I'd like to say it is a pretty successful episode. You know, we can have a quick look at pre-season here. We've won every game in pre-season, even though I haven't been managing them. But more importantly, we won this Community Shield game, and it gets us the first step of the way along the goal of this save. So that's nice. That's nice. Very, very good. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode. So if you enjoyed it, please like, comment if you have any info, any input about the series, and subscribe if you've enjoyed. And that is where I will say cheers for watching, and goodbye.